Good day to you. I am Dr. Lalith Mendis. I want to take up some health issues that concern us, but there are medical issues also. Everybody is concerned about cholesterol and healthy diet and so on. At the outset, I can tell about that. The best fruit to eat is guava, our pear. If you eat a pear a day, it might even keep the doctor away. Because pear, the guava has fine fibrils that go through the heart arteries. The beans also have the same thing, but beans have got very expensive. Guava is still not that expensive. So that's just a health tip. And also if you eat a hard-boiled egg first thing in the morning, then it settles your insulin axis. If you drink coffee first thing in the morning, insulin axis gets upset, and that through the day you want to have sugary things, and drinking sugar or eating sugar is a completely foolish habit. You don't need it at all. With or without diabetes, you don't need it. So I'm not going to speak more about diet on this. There are others who have spoken a lot, but I want to take also some other serious issues. In Sri Lanka, abortion is illegal. But it happens. When I was on the SLM Ethics Committee, this issue came up, and I was a member of the SLM Ethics Committee. I'm Dr. Lalith Mendis in 1995. Then we designed a protocol. In fact, I designed the protocol and sent it to all the members of the SLMA at that time, and whether abortion should be done away with and made it not criminal. But over 80% of the responses we got from SLMA members, doctors, was that abortion should be not made legal. So it didn't happen. However, abortions happen everywhere. But what is not said is how injurious abortion is to maternal health. Quite apart from the fact that the baby from the first 14 weeks begins to feel sentience, that is, has sense and pain sense, and it's an excruciatingly painful procedure for the baby. So it's a terrible thing. But most don't know that abortion has consequences on the mother. If you do away with your first child in an abortion, there's a fourfold increased likelihood of breast cancer, uterine cancer, and ovarian cancer. That is research, and the research was done in Sri Lanka. So termination of the first pregnancy by abortion is injurious to the mother, and then there are many other health consequences that are no good at all for the mother when you get into abortion. So I want to do the spiritual side of it also. So father gives sperm and mother gives a cell, and when the two come together, it's called the zygote. And moment it comes together, it's a unique genome that has not been there ever before, and that belongs to God, and you can't destroy that life. Once you come together in marital agreement and the first cell, the joint cell is produced, it's not your property. And when it is 64 cells, it's called the blastocell. The fertilization happens in the fallopian tubes, and when it is ready, and when the endometrium, the uterine wall, is ready, it comes down and gets fixed in the uterus so that the child will grow to term. And the Word of God says every part is designed to come in time and in a particular order, and the little heartbeat can be perceived from about 14 weeks, and sentience and the nervous system is already developing, and the child feels excruciating pain in the abortion. So that's about abortion. Secondly, I like to give this advice that no amount of alcohol can be said to be safe for a pregnant mother. Every bit of alcohol, every teaspoon of alcohol by a pregnant mother affects the baby's brain. You must know that. So fetal brain size goes down, and a major cause for ADHD is, that is attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, major cause is mother taking alcohol. Please don't do this. So this is science now, that no amount of alcohol can be said to be safe for the pregnant mother, which means, mother, when you are expecting a baby, please don't take alcohol. And you need to know that anyone who takes alcohol, also you block your GABA, gamma aminobenzoic acid. That's the molecule in your brain that conveys empathy, sympathy and consideration for the other. This is why when you consume C2H5OH from the first teaspoon, you stop considering others and you are thinking only about yourself, you are gregarious, you are lost to your measure. That GABA activity that promotes empathy and consideration, self-reflection is gone. So my suggestion is don't drink alcohol at all. Then I want to get into homosexualism is not genetics, it's choice. So don't fool yourself saying, I was born like this. It's not so, it's how you decide. And then transgenderism has run into problems now because of peer pressure or school pressure. Kids in UK having asked for hormonal change and some for structural change, they are now suing those who counsel them, because by the time they are 14, 15, 16, they are miserable, they find the counsel was wrong to do a sex change. So it is not a chick thing, and there is no such thing as I am in a wrong body. Your biological sex is predetermined, and that's the only sex that talks. And God designed man, male and female, biological male and female to marry, and God is interested in keeping society going because the child and the next generation is very important. They are very important. So when society is increasingly planning and destroying God's designs, we are just saying that we don't want to look after the next generation, but the world exists to look after the next generation. So the first two parents were told, be fruitful, multiply, fill your portion and steward others and the next generation, taking dominion of adverse factors, live for the next generation. So all these sexual preferences, so-called, and newfangled sex theories work against the continuity of marriage and continuity of the family. God's idea is family, and family that looks after the world. And many research has shown that kids with family problems, kids with single parents, their study suffers, ADHD is common, and so many issues like that. Addictions are common, so don't go that way. Next topic that I am very familiar with is the effect of the digital screen. I was head of Department of Pharmacology in a state medical faculty, and too much of the pixel screen affects the brain chemistry and brain cycle, the default mode network that should work between every hour, salience work into focus by dopamine, then after 40 minutes shifting to satiety by serotonin, reward motive that is disrupted when you are on the pixel screen with too much fast digital activity, games and so on. So don't go that way, and any activity on the digital, fast activity on the digital screen after 6 p.m. affects the brain more than daytime activity. So after 6 p.m. you should be getting ready to reduce digital activity. This is not about Microsoft Word. This is not even about online studying, but the problem with online studying is kids do multitasking, so you have to keep an app in your phone to check your daughters or sons' digital activity and help them. Don't fight with them, read the science to them. Other thing we must know is, if you are in fast digital activity and get on to online studies immediately or other studies, your memory is not ready for the study. So that it's only going into RAM memory, temporary memory. It is not getting transferred to permanent memory. After study, if you quickly get onto the digital screen, the same problem. So you need to have a 4-hour study stretch during which you don't meddle with your phone or the digital gadget. Can you understand that? And you can show this clip to your children. I have more clips on this subject, more technically done at a greater length. I am Dr. Lalith Mendis. So if you want any science and reason clip or digital health clip, please send a WhatsApp to 074 211 5011. 074 211 5011. If you are overseas, plus 94 74 211 5011. Mentioning it in summary, if the kid is into digital activity in between studies, he will not remember what he studied, he cannot recall, he cannot collate, he cannot connect, he cannot answer the questions, and he'll wake up in the morning and say teacher is stupid, subject is stupid, because his night activity of screen time has made him forget everything because the stuff did not go into his permanent memory. So plead with him, negotiate with kids not to take the digital gadget into the bedroom in the night. Somehow you have to negotiate this. High-end schools, even in UK, they don't permit the digital gadget in the dormitory. You must know that. So please establish a certain home order for the digital use. What else would I like to cover? Life and death issues. So, human life has the same value for all. Life has an ultimate author, and that is God. So, man cannot decide to terminate life based on the fetal life cannot be terminated based on exigencies. We must have a policy which is for life, and infanticide is obviously wrong for the same reason, and we are thankful that in Sri Lanka abortion is illegal. So this is a very short little health digest. Get you interested in asking for more longer health clips. As I said, please send, I'm Dr. Lalith Mendis, please send me a WhatsApp clip to 074 211 5011. And if you are suffering consequences of the mRNA vaccine, so many people are having clots and so on, I can suggest to you a recovery process, and that's available online also. For that reason also, you may send me a WhatsApp. Thank you for listening to this short broadcast.